Triple H may have subtly confirmed beloved WWE Tag Team will break up on SmackDown next week. The Wyatt Six have seeded tension and dissension between Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins over the past few months. And that continued this week on SmackDown. Ahead of their WWE Tag Team Championship title defense next Friday, in a backstage segment last night, the Street Profits, alongside B-Fab, acknowledged their differences and committed to overcoming them, stating that next week, they won't just be fighting for the titles, but for each other. But at this point, regardless of what Dawkins and Ford may say to each other or return to themselves, it is hard to believe one could happen without the other. Unless the Street Profits win the WWE Tag Team Championships next Friday in Perth, we may witness a monumental breakup on SmackDown next week. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford have been together since their NXT days, forming the Street Profits in 2017. Upon their arrival on the main roster, they swiftly shot to fame and became crowd favorites, becoming multiple-time tag team champions. However, the pandemic halted their momentum, and injuries as well as poor presentation halted their momentum. When the Usos became undisputed tag team champions, that also felt like a major blow to the ceiling that other tag teams had had for the longest time. The situation is different now, but in an ultra-competitive division, when the Wyatt Six hold the titles and employ psychological warfare to this degree, it can be tough to once again get back to the top. From a booking perspective, this allows Triple H to finally commit to a breakup for once, and one that, despite the Street Profits' chemistry and success, has been a long time coming. Street Profits may have run their course as a tag team, and that could mean something for SmackDown next week ever since their arrival on the main roster. Fans couldn't help but take notice of the charisma and athleticism that Montez Ford possesses. Angelo Dawkins continued to impress more with time as well, and a singles run for each of them, especially Ford, always remained an enticing prospect. Since Triple H took over WWE Creative, WWE has had massive stars with unprecedented support, and, understandably, he has avoided breaking up the Street Profits to avoid them getting lost in the shuffle ATA time when most of these massive stars are now around 40. It may be time for Paul Levesque to take the plunge and finally push some of his NXT darlings into more prominent spots, especially on SmackDown. The SmackDown Tag Team division is rife with such NXT/indie darlings with incredible work rate, and with Dawkins and Ford, with all their experience, still only in their mid-30s, now may be the time for Triple H to finally go all in and make that bet. That may manifest itself into a massive breakup as soon as next week.